channel.
Powers, abilities, and feats. Let's get into it. Keep in mind, there's going to be a mixture of characters added into this, since considering the fact that axe gangs are just their own people along with hiring and recruiting people, so it's kind of just clumping them together. So let's start off with the axe gang. They took out the crocodile gang. If you remember, the crocodile gang in the beginning beat up 2 cops in front of the other officers in the busting crime unit, and then they get taken out by the axe gang because they have the numbers, and the leader gets his leg cut off before he's done for good, and his wife gets shot in the back, or his girl gets shot in the back. The streets. The members was taken out rather quickly without seeing it who had done it, and winded up in a basket, breaking his back in the process, meeting his end. This is when they went to the apartment complex where the landlords and everybody were. The head crime boss, Brother Sum, was going to light a woman and her young daughter on fire, threatening the person who attempted to cross them to reveal himself. Used gasoline to ensure he was taken serious. The gang took on 3 men. One who was strong and can kick hard enough to send you flying. The second one could fight using steel bracelets as sort of a brass knuckles. Also could block their axe attacks. Third guy, Donut, used bamboo sticks for fighting and moved so quickly he could create dust storms while taking out the gang. Just so we put them in perfect order, Cooley was the guy with the fists and the kicking abilities, Taylor was the guy with the bracelets made out of steel of some sort, and Donut was the man who could use his bamboo sticks as weapons. The gang would use fireworks shaped into an axe to recruit more men or call upon more of their gangs. Threw axes at 2 men chained up, with one of the guys quick enough to pick both him and his friend's lock before the axe could be delivered. Brother Sum would then hire them. The gang would hire assassin musicians. Assassin musicians able to take out on the street fighters who can kick very well using an instrument, and it sounds a sort of sharp blade with vibrations. The man with the steel braces, which happens to be the tailor, one of the musicians took him on at first solo in his store until he got the bracelets fighter out of the store, which happens to be Taylor, and into the opening, removing his weapon using their instrument, forming weapons through vibration, and then leave him to hide behind concrete, which was able to be cracked through. The tailor would then attempt to toss the rather large cemented barrel at the assassins, which they would fling back using their instrument and a room of apartment complex. Then they would hit him with several punches using the vibrations once again as a flowing fists. I believe the musician assassins' names were the Sharpists, causing the man to leap hard to the ground. This is when the bamboo stick fighter, who would happen to be Donut, would defend the tailor. The assassin musicians, which happens to be the Sharpist, hopefully, would then use their instrument to fling several blades at bamboo stick man, which happens to be Donut, which he would attempt his best to outdo them using several spears to get the closest out of the 3 to get the one up of the musicians, only for them to disarm him of all his spears and losing his hands in the process. They would then cut down the tailor warrior and was about to end them both in one setting until the landlord lady would intervene because of the noise. The 2 musician assassins would then come face to face with masters of their craft, losing their instrument for the moment. The landlord lady would ridiculously with a set of pipes, and her husband, who can channel punches using his body to bounce off of him and towards another in his path. The husband would take a crack at them first, leaving them bruised and slightly defeated. That would believe his name is Paris. It would be the wife, I believe is Helen of Troy, would blow them for good with her ability to use the lion's roar technique. Even as attempting to using their instrument again to get one shot in using Samurai Ghost as one of their fatal hits, it didn't work, and they were left in their undies. The Axe Gang would then hire a crazy master of Kung Fu so dangerous, he was placed in a maximum security to avoid him escaping and taking out anyone who steps in his path. They hired a picketer of locks. Sorry, sounded all tongue twisted. To open this prison cell, allowing the inmate to escape and join the Axe Gang in their revenge. This Kung Fu master would be known as the Beast. Top assassin, and does it with his own two hands. He was taken he took out many masters, and sometimes he didn't do it with his own. He was also very sneaky, to extend where he found none worthy enough, and he decided to place himself in the prison himself. Isn't that weird? Until such a worthy opponent would arise, and he would find it in the two couples, Paris and Helen of Troy. The Gangster's Casino. The Beast took a shot in the face by the husband and the wife, hit him in the chest. He wasn't moved by their hits. Took a swing backside punch from Helen of Troy, while at the same time getting a swing kicked on the other side by Paris, who is the husband. As they attempted a flying punch from opposite ends, he would quickly punch them down before they could deliver it. They would get back up quickly and try the element of surprise with flying kicks, but he would quickly use his footwork to kick them through some barriers. She attempted the Lion's Roar, only to have him still standing and then kick to the face. The husband attempted his rubber body technique, but the Beast just counters it, and then takes the two out once again. The Lion's Roar, amplified by a gong bell, had him down, but the Beast was cunning and used his poison to finish them off. Getting hit in the head, the Beast would be enraged by the man who did it, that he would punch his chest to break his bones. He then kicked him into the ground, breaking the cement floor in the process, and then punched him several times to the ground until he was under rubble. I also want to keep this in mind. I don't believe it was poison. The Beast tried to use a sneaky move to poison the two couples, but then he just kind of stabs them with some kind of lotus flower steel weapon, and then they still managed, I guess, to be alive, but I don't know how long after that. Okay, so the Beast would then take out Big Sum with a swing of his fist, causing him to have his head spin around several times before he was down for the count. Apologies. The Axe Gang members attempt to take on a new Kung Fu master and were defeated spectacularly. This one was the one Kung Fu master. Now, the Beast would go toe-to-toe with this new Kung Fu master, and this new Kung Fu master would try to attempt to put him on his knees. And then at some point he finally did, so then the Beast would use the Toad technique fighting style to lounge at the Kung Fu master and it worked for a time. This Kung Fu master would encounter that with the Buddhist palm technique, placing the Toad to shame. It was only until the Beast would get face-to-face close call with the Buddhist palm technique once more that he would surrender and claim his opponent truly his master. The Kung Fu master known as Sing. And as always, guys, if you guys enjoy our content, you know what you guys can do. You can share, you can like, or you can subscribe to our channel. When you guys subscribe to our channel, you know what you do. You guys are building our empire and allowing us to provide you guys with even much more greater content for you guys to enjoy.